Anna Paulina has been like one of the more vocal online voices for this, which is interesting. She's saying a lot of things that have been sort of hinted at and said before in different realms and different places, but she's being very like, I know this and it needs to come out, which is also creating a lot of speculation that potentially, she's been gaslit to be in this position, to be a sort of the face of this disclosure situation, and not a bad face to look at to have to deal with it, right? You believe it, probably believe her. So I don't know what's going on, if this is authentic, she's doing this on her own, or they're giving her the green light to sort of start to soft disclose in this fashion. I don't know. Do you believe in all this stuff? The interdimensional thing is being pushed hard now.
We follow up with whistleblowers, and we also can conduct our own investigation. So myself, Representative Burchett from Tennessee, and Representative Gates were on a small codel to the Panhandle because a whistleblower came forward from Eglin Air Force Base pilots to Representative Gates' office saying that the Air Force was essentially covering up UAP activity and we needed to look into it. So we coordinated the meeting. Pentagon tried to initially cancel the first one. We got it back on the books. We show up there and we get in, and the base commander tried to basically tell us that we didn't have authorized clearance to look into and speak to some of the witnesses, of which you don't tell Congress that we don't have the authorized clearance, especially members of House Armed Services, Oversight, and Judiciary. So I kind of had it out with the base commander, which is kind of funny because this guy really thought that he had it going on. And he actually, in the middle of our meeting, he took off on leave, which never happens with a delegation going to military base. But then also, too, we had pretty sure people from the agency that were there as well. And so you really don't find that. I've worked at Hurlburt Field. I worked in the military for a number of years. And so why would a intelligence agency need to be there on a meeting for whistleblowers? So that happened. I can tell you, based on my investigations, not in a classified setting, that I absolutely believe that there is things that are advanced technologies not of human origin. And then we conducted the interview with David Grush. As you saw, it was one of the most widely attended congressional hearings in U.S. history.
So it goes on, and there are so many other examples of this that have been going on, and it just sort of continues. We already have the means to travel among the stars, but these technologies are locked up in black projects, according to the Interstellar UAP X account, which is, I think, a quote maybe from Ben Rich. I believe we go back to these quotes. So they have these already listed. I don't know what these are. These just look like, honestly, these do look like ours. These don't look like alien crafts. These look like our crafts that maybe that we have altered or we've made something, but we're using their technology in our designs. That's what this looks like to me. This doesn't look like alien technology. They're black projects. It would take an act of God to ever get them out to benefit humanity. Anything you can imagine, we already know how to do it. According to this post that mentions Ben Rich, Lockheed Martin, Skunk Works, 1994. So I don't know how true that is. Then we've got the whole situation with, like I said, the portals, like multiple witnesses, bizarrely, the last couple weeks, multiple media people, witnesses, etc. It just goes on, coming out talking about portals and traveling that way. There's just a million of them. And like, this is night sky, jaw-dropping scientific milestone. Chinese physicists have successfully teleported quantum data across thousands of kilometers, not through cables or signals, but instantly through quantum entanglement. This achievement marks one of the most significant breakthroughs. I don't even know if this is real. That's what they're saying. China achieves quantum teleportation as data instantly transfers across thousands of kilometers. I don't even know, like, if that's real. If that's true, we will try to see where the realness of that is and not. Also, on top of all of this, we have, this has been a widespread news as well, that mysterious disappearance of UFO-linked Air Force general. Nationwide search. Is a nationwide search for this general. UFO-linked Air Force. I don't know what's up with that. How is that connected? This is all happening this week, last couple weeks. All this week for sure, but some of it goes back. Then we have things like this.
I'm in no doubt whatsoever, Jesse, that there is a deep underground military bunker that was built in the 1950s under Secret Mountain. That's what it's called. It's the hilarious thing. It's somebody's secret joke. It's called Secret Mountain.
Unbelievable.
Near Sedona. It's within 5-7 kilometers of Sedona. And more importantly, there's a place called Secret Canyon where there's allegedly a portal, some kind of interdimensional portal.
There you go.
And I thought all of this was just crazy nonsense. But there are incredibly brave and super, super interesting people, Jeremiah Horstman and his wife Alexandra particularly, who live in Sedona, and they've been doing some really clever on-the-ground research. And one of the things we did, a lot of the stuff we got, as so often happens, you can't put it in the story because you can't get these people to go on camera. But there was a number of people who would privately admit that they'd been walking in what is public land, public parkland, and they'd be stopped by men with guns, men in uniform with automatic weapons, clearly highly trained elite soldiers, probably tier 1 operatives from the way they moved. And they would basically order people, go away or we will kill you. No mucking around. And there are sightings, numerous sightings of what we saw. I saw it with my own eyes. I was told that the best time of night is around about 1:30 in the morning. And if you looked at a particular place over Secret Mountain, you would see this big orb being escorted by helicopters rising from behind Secret Mountain. So I was skeptical, but we went out with a local lady, Melinda Leslie, who has some good quality military-grade night vision goggles, and we watched at 1:30 in the morning, and sure enough, up comes this beautiful golden orb, gigantic. It pulses, it's plasmatic, it slowly moves off, and the way it moved, you couldn't tell if it's because it got smaller or whether it went so fast that it just disappeared so quickly, but it just disappeared. And they were being escorted by military Black Hawk helicopters. Dozens of them. I mean, the helicopter fuel bill alone for the evening that we're watching them must have been somewhere between $50,000 to $100,000. Somebody is paying huge money to operate orbs with no visible means of propulsion over Secret Mountain in Sedona. And it's funny because one of the people told us that if you want to hide something, you hide it in plain sight. And that's the best way to describe what's going on in what I think is happening in Sedona. And
do you think that's NHI, non-human? Do you think it's man-made? Or okay.
I mean, there are allegations that that base is NHI. I've had people who are psionic tell me that they have detected NHI in that area.
Sedona is also a strange place. It's a place everybody says when you go, weird stuff happens.
Yeah, no, it does. And I never expected to see such overt displays of obviously anomalous technology in company with obviously military-style aircraft.
And you show footage, which is amazing. And then you also show all these sort of logical fallacies of the cover story where it's like, I think there's like a contract between Northern Arizona University, but like none of the professors ever show up or whatever.
And it's funny because what we're talking about is the Bradshaw Ranch.
Yes.
And there's allegedly a portal in the Bradshaw Ranch that was seen by the former owner of the ranch, Linda Bradshaw. And she actually took photographs of it. And it opened up in a particular area of the ground around that ranch, which just so happens to be the area that's fenced off. And we noticed that there is a tower in the middle of that area. This is supposedly a deserted ranch. There's nobody there. There's no electrical power. And there's solar panels on this post that has a camera. Now, if you're protecting the security of what is supposedly an academic research institution, you have the camera pointed out so that you can see people coming from the outside.
Yeah.
But you know where the camera's pointing?
Where?
It's pointing exactly at the point where Linda Bradshaw says she saw the portal. And then the other thing we noticed when we were there, and this was picked up by my friend Paul, who's an Australian ground-penetrating radar operator.
Pretty crazy stuff. It goes on, and we got more for you coming up on it. This is Shame On News and Final Frontier News. I hope you guys subscribe to this channel for more of the UAP, UFO, alien stuff. What's real, what's not real, what's a psyop, what's not. I mean, there's just so much stuff going on. We'll try to get it all and talk about it all right here. I hope you subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video.